Welcome. In front of me I have the Xiaomi Redmi Note 12S, and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick overview of this product. So anyway, let's just pop it straight open. So there we go, that's what we get in a box. Now let's get this out. Now before I actually do so, I'm going to quickly touch upon the couple of information that we have right here at the, written on the paper. So we have 108 megapixel pro grade camera, okay, doubtful but okay. Smooth 90 Hz AMOLED display, that's pretty good. 33 watt fast charging with 5000 milliampere battery. I love the typical, just gives me so much confidence. Anyway, below that we have powerful MediaTek Helio G96 processor. I wouldn't probably call it powerful, but some people I guess might consider it that way. Okay. Now, turning on the device, we should be able to see the bezels of the device, but we do have a pretty substantial chin at the bottom. We have a pre-applied screen protector, which already has crap under it. You can kind of see like right here. So it's a little bit disappointing, to be honest. Now, when it comes to the display right here, we have a 6.43 inch display with a 1080p resolution by 2400, AMOLED 90 Hz refresh rate, and a peak brightness of 1000 nits with 84.5% screen to body ratio and 409 pixels per inch. So the display right here is pretty good. It's nothing like super great, but it's still a decent display for the device and its price. Considering this device comes at about like what, $300, maybe a little bit less, this kind of display with 90 Hz AMOLED display, that is really nice to have. And also the resolution isn't like a slouch here as well. So it is a 1080p resolution, which is a standard for almost 99% of the devices. There is only a very small handful of devices that have a higher resolution than this, and most of the time it's just a selling kind of purpose. The high resolution won't really give you much. 1080p is already pretty sharp as a resolution on size like this, and just to kind of put this in perspective, same resolution or roughly the same resolution is what you most likely see on your work monitor. So monitors at work usually have the same kind of resolution, unless they're just a bit like professional grade, then that would obviously not really be a comparison. But for the most part, most of the people at home or at work have a 1080p monitor, and obviously that's already pretty sharp, and that is shrinked to the size of the phone. So still pretty good. Now, flipping it over to the back, now we have a triple camera setup, but let's be truthful, we only have at best dual camera setup. So the main sensor is a 108 megapixel f1.9 wide sensor, and then we got an 8 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide, and then we get our shit camera, the 2 megapixel macro, which shouldn't be included on this device at any point. These kind of sensors don't work on any device on any price range. If it's 2 megapixel, it's garbage, throw it out. Now I take a steaming dump on every company that decides to include this kind of sensor, no matter what the price range of the device is, just because you do get to, at the end of the day, pay for this sensor, but it's so shit that you will never find a reason to use it. When you have a 108 megapixel sensor as your main one, it will outperform the 2 megapixel one without a doubt. So you will never be actually utilizing the 2 megapixel, and if you are, then you're just doing it kind of wrong, because it does work, I guess, but at the end of the day, the quality of the photo will be better from the main one, the zoom will be better on the main one, the lighting of the photo will be better on the main one, making the macro, the dedicated lens, be just useless in everything that it's supposed to be better at. So yeah, now at 5 megapixels, that would have been okay. That at that point would have been great, but at 2, it's just garbage. Now, moving further on into the internals of the device, which obviously no way to really show it. We have a 5000 mAh battery. We have either 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, depending on how much storage you get. The 64 gigabytes of storage comes with 6, 128 comes with 6, and 256 gigabytes of storage comes with 8 gigs of RAM. Now, when it comes down to the RAM, 6 and 8 will be sufficient enough for majority of the people, but the storage obviously might not. That will vary depending on the person. And I believe we do have expandable storage. I'm just gonna quickly check it out. So yep, we have expandable storage. So even if you go for the 64 gigabytes of storage and you need significantly more, you can pop like a half a terabyte SSD, or not SSD, SD card, and extend it further. So no problem there. Now, where you might actually see the problem with such a storage is sometimes different apps like bank applications do require to be installed on the storage of the device, so the 64 at the lowest end. And obviously already your OS is installed on it. So sometimes when you don't have enough, you might experience that applications that needs to be on this, on the phone, installed directly on the phone and not on an SD card, will be on there, and they will take all of your storage. And that might lead you to some problems later on where you just start running out of storage. Even though you have an SD card, you might need more. So I would probably recommend going for the 128 gigabytes of storage, which will give you a peace of mind that no matter what you throw at it, it will be able to handle all the applications that need to be directly on the phone itself, which sometimes might be obviously a problem with lower end devices that have less storage. Now, putting on the case, there we go. You can kind of get a look at how it looks like. Obviously just a typical silicone case. Now, when it comes down, we do have a fingerprint sensor that doubles as a power button right here. At the bottom, we have our charging port, which does have a cover that is part of the silicone case. We have our microphone, our speaker grill. We got just a SIM tray on here. And at the top, we got our headphone jack, which is a surprise to see. Again, speaker grills, a IR blaster right here, and another microphone. Now, the IR blaster will be utilized basically use this phone as a remote control for different appliances like TV boxes or AC units. So maybe you get in a hotel where the batteries in the AC remote control are just dead. You can connect your phone and use that as a remote control for that said unit. So pretty nice thing to have. You might not be using this all the time, but when you need it, it's there and it's really nice to have. And what is there else to say about the device? I think that's about it. I think I covered everything. So just to go over the pros and cons really quickly. So we have a really good display, AMOLED display with 90 Hz refresh rate. We have pretty decent battery size that comes with a decent charger in the box, a faster charger than anything that Samsung includes in a box, and even if we exclude the inclusion of the box, still the device can charge faster than their 5-6 times more expensive device, the Fold 4. which doesn't even come with a charger. That one can only charge at like 25 watts, so go Samsung. Here we get a 33 watt charger, and the device is capable of charging at this speed, so that's really nice. And those were the pros. Now the cons would be the garbage camera, which I think from now on just consider as a con, because I don't like companies including it. It's useless. The build quality, it's plastic, so that might subtract from the premium feel of a device, which this isn't necessarily a premium device, but still it's a cheaper build quality. And the processor in here won't be like super powerful. It's just a Helio G96, so that would be the last thing. Now I'm pointing these out because I recently did an unboxing of Xiaomi Poco F5, the non-Pro variant, which comes at a higher price range. I'm not gonna lie about that one. It's like 350 euros, maybe a little bit less or more, but whatever the case is, this already comes like at 230 euros, maybe a little bit more. I'm not exactly sure the pricing, but I'm mentioning this is because F5 is a significantly better device. It's one of the best value for your money that I have seen ever, I think. It's insanely good device, the F5 and F5 Pro, though F5 Pro is obviously a significantly more expensive device. It is a flagship device that comes at half the price, but F5 is not a flagship. It's more like a mid-range device that still, in terms of price range, it undercuts anything that is at this price range or at this kind of specs, and undercuts it by a decent margin. So if you're looking for a really good device and you don't mind spending a little bit more, I highly recommend looking at the F5 Poco. It is hands down one of the more affordable, really good devices that I have seen in a while. So yeah. Now, with that being said, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching.